So the translations only started in the Soviet Union, it was still the Soviet Union after Perestroika. The first translation of 1984, End of Animal Farm, in the Soviet Union was published in 1988. Funnily enough, both of them were published not in Moscow, but in the regional publishing houses. The Animal Farm in Russian was published in the magazine Rodnik in Latvia, in the Latvian Republic, and 1984 in a Moldavian magazine Kodry. So why did they do it like this? God only knows. But I remember I was there in the Soviet Union at that time, and I remember people were saying, "Oh, we need to get Rodnik or Kodry because that's where Orwell is published." Since then, there was one very, very good translation of 1984 done by a very good translator, Viktor Boguschev. And there were half a dozen, I would think, translations of Animal Farm. So mine is not unique at all. But what makes all of them different, well, apart from generally the translator's approach to the text, is the title. Because it proved that it's extremely difficult to translate simple words Animal Farm into Russian. And this happens because in Russia there's never been capitalism in the village. I mean, the capitalism has never reached Russian village. And the word farm in Russian, of course, exists. There is a word firma. But it mostly is used either when we talk about foreigners, and of course there would be Soviet kolkhozniki, Soviet collective farm workers, and American or British farmers. So there's already this distance. Or the word firma is used in collocations with zoofirma, that is a farm for animals, so to speak, or птицеферма, a farm for birds. Now, the translation that Gleb Struve and Maria Kruger, his co-author, did in 1949, it was outside of the Soviet Union, was called Skotski Hutor. And the word Hutor is quite an interesting word because it came into Russian life at the beginning of the 20th century when a minister of the Tsar's government called Pyotr Stolypin wanted really to bring capitalism to Russia. And he was tempting peasants to go to Siberia, where they would be given hutors, that is sort of their own independent lots. Stolypin, as it often happens in Russian history, was assassinated. In 1911, he was killed, and so nothing much came out of the project. So Hutor today has these historical connotations of the beginning of the 20th century and also southern connotations, because in the Ukraine, on the Don, where Cossacks lived and had their slightly separate culture, Hutor is a normal word for a farm. But with the Russian language, it was extremely difficult. So the translations in Russian ranged from zoological farm, which obviously does not correspond to what Orwell had, or even cattle yard, which is a good Russian combination, but that's not what it is, because the most important thing is to have the idea that animals are in charge not of the cattle yard, but of everything. And all these words, like everything, in Russian, they are only pre-revolutionary. There is a word imение, like it comes from the Russian word iметь, have, so it's like ownership. So basically, after racking my brain for quite some time, I chose the word хозяйство, which means basically economy, household management, as John has prompted me. What was good about this word? It was that it allowed me to play on words, because a collective farm in Russian is kolkhoz, коллективное хозяйство. And then they also had Soviet совхозы, Soviet households or farms or managements. So by calling this book "Скотское хозяйство", I allowed myself this slogan of "Да здравствует скотхоз", скотхоz, like an abbreviated form of animal management or animal farm. So I'll stop here because there are, if you have any more questions about Russian perception of Orwell or about translation, I can answer them later, but I would now let John say something.
Thanks very much. I'll stand up.